Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly Pick a Card Tarot readings for the week of June 6th. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tarot readings. I'll be doing 5 card open readings, and here are the decks that I have for you. We have the classic Rider-Waite-Smith with Obsidian, the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot with Amethyst, and the Tarot de Marseille with Dangling Jade. We also have 4 different oracle cards to choose from 4 different decks, so go ahead and pick which tarot deck and which oracle card resonate with you the most. Pick one of each, and you can pause this video if you need more time. As always with collective readings, take what resonates with you and leave aside what doesn't. If you want to jump straight to your reading, the timestamps are in the description below. Don't forget to check out your oracle card. And with that, let's go right to the readings. All right, group 1, the 8 of Swords flipped over while I was shuffling your deck. We'll see what relevance that has, if any. But let's go with what the week has in store for you for this first complete month of June. So we open up with the 5 of Coins reverse and Justice reverse. Now, there's so many different ways to interpret these 2 cards. I'm not going to try just yet. My first instinct was that this reversal means an end to. Let's hope that the rest of this cross supports that. I have a feeling. I have a feeling that there's like a productive confrontation. What's giving me that is, well, these 2 cards. Obviously, I just flipped them over. But the Queen of Swords is a she tells it like it is. You know, she's a straight shooter. She's holding one of the 3 only swords in the deck that is upright. And it just so happens that one of the others is also in your cross, the Justice card, but it's reversed. So it's almost as if, and she's facing all of this, like she's facing what the situation is. I don't want to elaborate too much before flipping over the last card here. Okay, so the feeling that I have for you, group 1, is that this week is providing you with an opportunity to just speak your truth to put an end to a situation that wasn't serving you. I think you've reflected on it often enough, and something tells me that whatever injustice that you're confronting this week will set you up for a fresh start. It might have something to do with some unhealthy relationship with a previous success or previous thing from your past. I often call the 6 of Cups the nostalgia card. So you can take that for what it's worth. I'm not sure. How can I say this? I'm not sure what specific interpretation the 6 of Cups reversed represents in this cross if I applied it to you and your situation. But one thing is for sure, you know, of all the cards to have upright in this cross, the Queen of Swords is, you know, she feels like the kind of energy that can finally put an end to this situation, you know. I have a feeling that this injustice here is at the root of all this. And to finally face it, how can I say this? If you were feeling hesitant whether or not you should speak up about this situation, I would take this cross as definitely a green light, especially if you've been thinking about it for a while and the issue that you are facing regards some kind of unhealthy relationship with the past or some kind of unhealthy relationship with something that is emotional to you. That is extremely vague, but yeah, that is the best that I have right now. And honestly, I think this cross speaks for itself. Speaks for itself with the Queen of Swords here. But yeah, it seems scary before you actually do it. Which might be why you haven't done it sooner. But I will say it is possible to speak your truth and be compassionate to the other person. And honestly, given this cross right here, I have the nagging feeling that if there was something that needed pointing out and you point it out to this person, they'll immediately nod and say, oh yeah, you're right. I don't think this conversation will go as difficultly, which is a word now, as you might fear. Yeah, I think you'll be surprised at what point this injustice here is clear to everyone, whether they speak about it or not. So if you can face it, it can set you up for a fresh start and finally put an end to all this, for lack of a better term, nonsense. That's not the right term, but it's the best word that's coming to mind right now. And honestly, I'm satisfied with this reading. I hope this was helpful to you. Please use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading for further clarification. All right, group 2, let's see what the cards have to tell you. Whoop. Man, I need to clean my tablecloth. I haven't cleaned it in a while. Ooh. Well, there's some, oh my God. Okay, something, it's like the first thing that's coming to mind flipping over these two cards is like revelation coming out of the blue. You know, these two cards have very similar energies. Well, okay, that's a blatant oversimplification. They have similar energies in relationship to one another. You know, I often call the Judgment called the wake up call card, and you know, the Eight of Wands is about, you know, swiftness. So it's almost as if something's being revealed to you out of the blue, or maybe you're the one revealing something out of the blue to others. Let's see here. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to interpret the Five of Cups and the Nine of Wands reverse, so I'm just going to flip over the last card here. Okay. This is really weird. Like, maybe what this wake-up call is what will unlock the your relationship with your unconscious, which is what I'm reading with the High Priestess here. And the fact that she's reversed suggests some kind of background jitteriness within yourself. And it might have to do with this new opportunity, whatever this is. Like, it might not be an emotional opportunity per se, but it's something that is emotional to you, and it might be emotional because whatever this Ace of Cups represents might be reminding you of past failures, and that is what's making you feel like you're at your wit's end, so to speak. I think that the best advice that I have for you, based solely on these 5 cards, is that don't be so quick to assume that this is going to play out the way similar things like this have played out in the past. So it might feel like you're not ready for it yet. And I hope that's not true. I don't know your specific situation enough. But I think that if you slow down, it's almost as if the key to flipping these cards upright, including the High Priestess here, is to flip this card upside down and just slow down. And like, just because this thing is coming at you out of the blue, like in a flash, doesn't mean you need to take immediate action on it right away. So maybe, you know, something I say a lot about the Five of Cups is that there are 2 cups upright here. And all you need to do is change your perspective and see that that not all is lost. Now, obviously, when you're in, let's call them 5 of Cups moments, just saying, hey, just change your perspective, it sounds really empty and hollow and kind of annoying. You know, God knows I've had my share of 5 of Cups moments, and whenever someone says, well, have you tried looking at it from another perspective? It's very eye-rolly, and I'm getting a little angry just thinking about it. So I understand, but what I want to acknowledge, and the reason I went into that little rant, is that changing this perspective doesn't happen overnight, and maybe there's pressure for you to act on this ace overnight or immediately, which is what is giving you these feelings of unease. And I think that to just take a moment to just take a moment, because I don't have the feeling that this Ace of Cups is as urgent as you might feel that it is. So if you just take a moment to remind yourself that just because similar situations in the past haven't worked out, and I don't know how much more of this I can take is the phrase that's coming to mind looking at this card where it is. The most, how can I say it? The best way to reconnect with your inner wisdom in order to better capitalize on this opportunity would be to just take a step to remind yourself of that the past doesn't need to equal the future, and that you haven't lost it all, and that, I don't know how much more I can take is one thing, but look how far I've come is another way to look at it, So I'm searching for words, and I knew a while ago that I wanted to pull another card, so I will do so right now. And we have the Hangman reversed. What are you saying? That is really interesting. Wow. I wasn't expecting this. And the funny thing is, when I turned over this card, it wasn't clear in my mind whether this is an advice card or a clarification card. So this is coming out of left field for me. Give me a second, group two. It's funny because the hangman, a phrase that I often use when I draw the hangman is, looking at things from another point of view. He's literally looking at the world upside down, but he's calm about it. He's chill. Many people in this situation would probably be freaking out, but he's like, I could do this all day, And what I'm getting from this card is, for lack of a better phrase, don't be so stubborn. I think that what the hangman is saying is that there's something you need to give into, and I don't know what it is, but there's something you need to acknowledge that you're not acknowledging. And I think that taking a moment to process that part might be a way to turn all these cards upright. I hope that's helpful. I'm going to try to squeeze a few more drops out of this hangman reverse, but I covered the basics here. Give me a sec. No, that's all I have for you, group two. Thank you so much. I hope that was helpful. Please use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your oracle card reading. I'll see you in a couple seconds. All right, group three, the Sun and the Four of Wands both flipped over while I was shuffling your deck. We'll see how relevant these are, if any. Oh, before I flip over any cards, I just want to warn you, my relationship with the Tarot de Marseille is changing. So, yeah, I think for the better. But depending on the cards that I draw, I might need a little more time to process than has been the case in the past. So, we have stability and advancement. That's cool. Let's see. The Queen of Wands. Okay, so it looks like something's coming to an end, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I know the way I said it kind of sounded ominous, but let's see what the central card here is. Okay. What's coming to an end might be, wait, am I doing this right? The this pyramid that I've set up and the lines on this camera are giving me mixed messages. So if this ends up being crooked, I apologize. So, let's see here. A phrase that's coming to mind, it's a graduation ceremony and you're ready to return home. This probably isn't a literal home, but what's giving me this vibe is that we have the completion of the Ten of Wands here and the Page of Cups. Pages are, you might have heard me say this before, but pages are like graduated aces. There's kind of a newness to them, and it's like the whatever this completion represents is promoting you to this new level, and now you're ready to return for more nurturing. This Queen of Wands might not be a literal person, but there's a nurturing energy to it that I'm getting from this reading. So it's like after this completion that you're ready to return to this Queen of Wands energy, which might be an aspect of you. I'm just throwing it out there, but that wasn't my first vibe. And especially combined with the Four of Wands that flipped over while I was shuffling, this is giving me an element of maybe a need for stability. Fours are about stability in general. And, you have this Four of Coins here that has a shield in it. It's like this protection. And this Strength card here at the bottom of your deck, what I'm getting here, and you can't see me waving my hands. I'm kind of doing this as I talk right now. It's like there's a struggle that has come to an end. And now that you have completed this, you're ready to, it's kind of like, it's in Formula One racing where there's a pit where you just pull in to the pit and they change your tires and they give you a bit of water and then you just go rejoin the race, and they do all of this in like 3 seconds or whatever. What I'm getting is the similar feeling of pulling into the pit, but at the end of the race. It's kind of like, no matter, let's loosen, I will loosen my grip on the race metaphor just for a second. It doesn't really matter what position, you finish in. What matters is that the race is over. And it's kind of like you're ready to go back to the pit and instead of changing your tires in, 0.93 seconds or whatever, you're ready to like look at the machine and do some analysis on, okay, how did we perform? What can we do better for next time, and that kind of thing, which might be why this is a Queen of Wands and not a Queen of Cups. So whatever this graduation represents, it's clearly some kind of, there's clearly some emotional investment on your part. And I think that now that you're at this level, you have it's good that you have enough protection and stability to, have this pit, to pull into, so to speak. It's like a checkpoint or a home base or that kind of thing. The general's tent, when you're on a battlefield. So yeah, that's actually a better metaphor. I'd rather say tent a lot than pit a lot. So what was I going to say? It's like after defeating the enemy, so to speak, now I'm speaking in war terms, you're ready to go back to the general's tent and find out how best to move forward from here. And it is either the stability of this Four of Coins either represents the fact that you have the stability to go back to the general's tent to reevaluate the situation from a higher vantage point that you're also at now, or it could be that this victory has allowed you to get this stability. But no matter what the causal relationship is between this 10 and this 4 here, yeah, I can see that it feels like this, wrestling with a lion is it's done, and now it's time to reassess. Now I feel like I'm looping. So I threw out a lot of things, but I also repeated a lot of things, so I don't feel the need to summarize all of this. It's like pulling back into the general's tent, new level, see what we can do from here, reevaluate the situation, yada yada yada. This is. I think this is a good reading. I hope this is helpful to you. I hope it resonated, and I will invite you to stay tuned for your Oracle card reading, which is coming up right now. All right, so this should be good like that. Yeah, that'll do. All right, Group A, your card is Modesty. This is I Ching hexagram number 15. And the keywords are moderation, humility, keep it simple, lack of pretension, self-respect, sincerity, and respectability. Holy shit, given the readings that I just gave, there are a bunch of keywords here where like one of these keywords is really important for one of the readings I just gave. So the ones that I will underline is humility, also self-respect. One of you one of you was encouraged to stand up for yourself during your reading. And if you chose Oracle card A also, this is clearly a call for being humble. Also, being humble also implies recognizing your own worth, recognizing what you bring to the table. But broadening out to everyone, I would say, keep it simple. And I think that, how can I say this? This is an invitation to stay humble and the name of the card is Modesty. So it's an invitation to stay humble and be sincere. And it's okay to be vulnerable. This is an invitation to respect yourself and to appreciate your worth and to just be humble about it. Yeah. Group B, your card is the 6th house, sustainability. So make sure you're not wearing yourself out. I feel, I don't know why this metaphor came in. I guess for Group 3, I beat a racing metaphor to death, which is why Fast and Furious is coming to my mind. But what I'm reminded of there is that, in the Fast and Furious movies, I've only seen like maybe 1 or 2 of them. But the notion of having that nitrous oxide, I'm pretty sure, and don't quote me on this, but I would wager that putting nitrous oxide in your fuel will give you that extra boost of energy and that extra horsepower for this moment that you need that extra output at. But I would wager that it takes a bit of lifespan away from the engine that you're asked to produce. So basically, this is an invitation to make sure that what you do is sustainable, to have the long game in mind. This card is a reminder that you're running a marathon, not a sprint, and Jesus Christ, I have a lot of racing metaphors on the brain. Sorry, but don't be dissuaded by the fact that there are people in front of you right now, because it's a very long race. You have a lot of race in front of you, and to just make sure that you can actually reach the finish line instead of worrying about the runner that just passed you. Group C, your card is Trust. Wow, I pulled this card very recently. So listen, this could either be trust in yourself, trust in the process. Actually, based on the readings I gave, The meaning that that is coming to mind right now is to trust yourself. Some of you might have to some of you might be invited to trust like the bigger picture, and that, you know, all of this is going according to some, you know, greater divine symphony that you're not privy to. But the more straightforward interpretation, giving the readings I gave, is to trust yourself. There is a heart in the middle of these two interlocking circles, and to really go within and to know that you are valuable and you bring a lot of value to the table, and it's okay to recognize that. All right. Group D, your card is Idealism, the sun in Aquarius. My sun is in Aquarius, and yes, I am idealistic. This is an invitation. I'm just gonna monologue on my shit now. This is an invitation to dream big, and it's okay to have a big vision. It doesn't matter how realistic that vision is in the immediate term. The main message is that if you have a vision, no matter how no matter how unrealistic it is in the immediate, the steady diligence towards that goal is valuable in and of itself. Even if you never make it to the promised land, that vision that you want to navigate towards has value, and you might not get to the promised land, but you will get somewhere that is better than you are. That is better than where you're at now, as long as you just keep that vision and do what you can to navigate towards that vision. I didn't look at this card at all while ranting like that, but yeah, that was fun. Thank you so much for watching. If your reading resonated with you, please let me know in the comments. You take care. Have yourself a great week. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you soon.